Well, it's time. How are you doing? It's time for Luciforms, the final song on the Octahedron album. I've reacted from start to finish to this album, and I have really enjoyed it. It's a really well produced album. It sounds great. The bass drum kick is succulent right throughout the album, the drums in general. The instrumentation's interesting. There's more acoustic stuff on this album. Some steel. I think there was steel strings, some nylon string, especially some quieter songs. I think it's a really nice, balanced album, and that's just my first impression. In the future, I will do an album review, and the difference between a react like this and an album review is basically react's the very first impression, of course, and you're listening to it in a unique way, and it's kind of cool because first impressions are really important, right? So sometimes we blow it, we don't even realize it that it's a great song the first time you hear it, and songs grow on you. Other ones you realize it right away. So reacts in that nature. Reacts because of that in nature are a bit of a risk, slightly risky. So that's why I do some album reviews on this channel, and I'll do an album review of this. And album reviews are basically you've listened to the album a few times or a bunch of times, or you've lived with it for years, and then you share with people what you thought, what you think about the album, what you treasure about it. Right. So let's react Luciforms, and we're done for this album. What a great closer to the album. I like that last. That's a cool pattern. Great album. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with the entire discography of the Mars Volta up to this point. But to me, so far, this is a really complete, very complete sounding band. Like, if this was their final album ever, I would say it sounds like a really amazing discography, a really amazing broad piece of work that they've done over several albums. Omar inspires me as a producer. I love his approach, slightly punk influence that you can still feel, of course. And they're very progressive at the same time, and which is ironic, a satisfying marriage in the end, because it's I don't know. I mean, it's cool. It's just cool. It's so very satisfying album. I really enjoyed it. I don't know, any of you guys who warned me saying you might not like it or we don't like it, whatever, it's not our favorite album, oh well, I thought it was great. And so far I haven't had any bad experiences to any of these albums, have any reactions where I thought, oh, that wasn't a great album. I think they're just constantly reinventing themselves to some degree, and this album is a good example of them, I would say, rising to the challenge, some kind of a challenge. He said he wanted to be sort of more poppy, Omar, and sort of saying, okay, people want to hear a pop album from us, so we're going to do it or whatever. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's really interesting, and that's, to me, is important in music. Well, of course, you want really good classic tunes. You want to hear great music, but who humanly is possible? It's not humanly possible for any musician to come up with a classic song every song they write. I mean, the Beatles kind of got close to that. I mean, they're incredibly consistent and in their greatness and expansion and evolvement. They just constantly reinvented themselves and really stretched out and did new things, and they always succeeded, right, with very few failures. So you have to give it to these musicians and remember that they're all artists, and they have to follow their muse, and it makes you better. You have to see the big picture. It's a big picture. And, one album is just one album. I mean, they have a lifetime of work, and you have to look at the work as a whole. And the Mars Volta are great. Like I say, they are a constellation in the stars. They are the Mars Volta. They are important. They're right up there with other bands like ELP, like Yes, like Rush, like Genesis, Camel, all these great bands who sort of discovered and revealed this great territory that they've conquered and explored. It's like an explorer going to the Mars, to the moon or something, exploring new planets. And music is like that. We're still... the Mars Volta completely demonstrates that we're just on the edge still. I mean, it can go on and on, this discovery of music, progressive rock music, and constantly evolving and opening doors and showing us things that we have not heard yet. And the Mars Volta, like I say, amazing band. That's my react, and thank you for watching and sticking around. If I haven't done it, I'll attach all the playlist links in every video so that anyone who trips across my videos can go to the description and find the link to the playlist, because the playlist links all of my videos from start to finish. A nice, convenient push play and then leave it on for hours, whatever. Okay, so make sure you leave a thumbs up. Make sure you hit a subscribe bell button and all that nonsense. Spiraling Out. It's Dean. Talk to you later. Bye.